Right, hi guys, welcome back. We were halfway through the ledge, and we are just gonna... In fact, you know what? We're not gonna continue through the ledge. We are going to go and finish some of these quests up. So we had the fetid pool that I wanted to do, but at the time, if you remember, I said it was a little tricky. As you can see, this area is still the same because we haven't been out of it that long, but this mud flats is going to be all completely regenerated. See, so I don't know the map at all for this, so I have to kind of find the fetid pool. But I'm just going to hug the right wall. These guys look like they're going to die now. Yeah. Like, if you come back to lower areas, then obviously you're going to like absolute wreck. I'm just killing these guys because they're blue and they drop generally more items. Excuse me. Nothing amazing, and they do slightly give a bit more XP, but XP in this area, oh god, it's not going to be that useful. Pretty decent dodge. See, I'm going to put my flame totem in the middle, and I'm just going to run around it. There you go. We got a yellow wand. Maybe this is like a reason to come back and yeah, like farm low level areas because you can find cool stuff. I don't think that's going to increase the DPS, but I will replace this wand and see what happens. So we have 28.9 or 28.9 exactly. So then, in that case, I'm going to have the cold damage, because if it crits, it will freeze them. So that's plain. So yeah, the yellow is slightly better. It appears to be the same amount of damage to spells. And because it will do cold damage. You can see it does 0 to 1 cold damage. So it is going to be slightly useful. As you saw there, that guy got frozen. You didn't, like, it was very quick. But you may have to go back and like rewatch it, but he did get frozen. And here is the fetid pool. Like that, kill those guys, and let's enter the fetid pool. And like I said, a dirty job. It's optional, and just got to kill all the monsters in here. It's just the boss is more of the annoying thing in this area, and the tricky part than anything else. I suppose, like, yeah, look, there is quite a lot of enemies, and they're not here just because I'm a high level, or a relatively high level for the area. These would normally be here as well. So maybe they're a good chance for XP, it depends how you look at them. Or maybe they're very difficult. They are clubbed up very nicely for that skill, though. And for that skill, I guess. The difficult thing is there's always going to be sort of like one what just sneaks somewhere and you can't find it. Now the item filter will show those up, which would be really useful for other classes. We can hide them in the item filter, which I'm not going to go over. We'll just acknowledge that they're there. And then if you want to play a different character, you won't have to keep editing the filter. So we're just going to manually choose to ignore those items. It's no use to us. We don't want the sword. We need these wands to keep our damage nice and high. Here is the boss. He's a necromancer. He summons stuff constantly. So if you can't kill quick, you're going to have a bloody hard time with this guy. And the best thing to do is ignore whatever he summons and just attack him, and hopefully your AoE stuff will take care of him, and yeah, you'll kill him. That seemed a lot easier because, like, that's why I came back to here, because I knew I'd have the damage and stuff. And now it's just a case of killing the rest of the mobs, which I don't know what they are, like, fully, or where they are and stuff. Part of the beauty of this game. So we kind of have to do a bit of a sweep. But yeah. But yeah, you kind of can just leave your totem and just run past it. It's a very lazy build, I guess this would be. We've already had a fireball, but there's just one there. We'll probably just take the cell. Maybe we'll use it for something, I don't know. As you see here, 3 monsters remaining, 2 monsters remaining, and apparently they're the last monsters. And we get a reward for doing that now. Now, I'm going to show you a little tip and trick here. What you can do is you can just either go to the login screen or character selection screen. I don't need to move my mouse, all I have to do is press enter, and you go to town for free. How cool is that? The quest's still done soon.
Necromancer.
And the reward is passive respect points, which is the one I thought we got previously. But what that does is 2 refund points left, so you can like sort of undo your skills if you spend them wrong. But you don't get many of them, so don't get too used to it. Now we're just going to go straight out to the ledge. In fact, no, we're not. We're going to call back to town and sell stuff.
Welcome.
So we're going to sell the gloves we've got at the minute are plain, so one of these might be better. Increased attack speed, increased armor. I'll have the... yeah, I'll use those, the one with mana. And again, I'm just going to sell everything. That's alteration and transmutation. They're just shards, which when you get, I believe, 20 of them, it tells you on the tooltip. Yeah, see, 20 of them, and it becomes an actual orb of transmutation. I'm just control clicking again on these, and I'm just going to chuck my gems all in one. There you go. See, we do have a lightning warp, but we're not going to be using it. That wand needs to be sold as well because it's not amazing. We have been getting levels as well. Every level, the shops reset their inventory, so there you go. There's a chrome. So literally you just buy it off him and we'll sell it straight back to him for 1 chrome. Now it did cost us a blacksmith like shard thing, a whetstone, but worth. So there you go. Simple as that. And then we'll chuck, oops, wrong page. Control click, chuck those in there. And let's head to the ledge. Now with the ledge, note these 3 stones. We don't have to like worry about it because the map's not reset, but had it reset, these 3 stones point you in the correct direction, so to speak. But if you do want to walk back and forth farming along here, you can kind of figure out which way you need to go. Yeah, we have got a large life flask here, and we have just gained a level. So let's swap the small flask out for a large one and put our point into increased totem damage. So from 28.9% to 31.2. 31.8, not 38. Yeah, whatever. Use Solar Tooltip. So again, this is just going to do more damage now. Very, very nice. It's not going to do more cold damage. Oh crap, that's taking a beating. Again, that's the beautiful thing about a totem. I can just run around dodging shit whilst that kills everything. Thanks, totem. This is the Summon Raging Spirits, by the way. I haven't used this, but I'm going to start. So what I can do is I can summon these, and they're just kind of like little things that will auto like target mobs, and it only lasts 3.5 seconds though. But as you see, they will go and find out like a target to kill, and when you get like a lot of them, they do like the damage adds up. So what I generally do is I drop a totem and then I spam those, because they will just go and auto attack stuff like without me having to aim it, as you see like that. That's generally how I clear stuff out. We don't need either the bow or the quiver, because we're not using a bow and arrow. There is a thing in the middle, firing electric, which we'll go to. It's the area boss, so to speak. A vine circlet, that could be alright, depending on what kind of stats it gives. So despite the electric, we'll ID it. 3 life, so it's a little bit of a downgrade, but it does have fire resistance and life regen. So I am going to take it. So what I'm going to do is just chuck my totem right next to it, and then summon my raging head things, and easy as that. You don't have to kill the area bosses, but they do generally give pretty good loot. I'm pressing like every other key here than the one that I should, and I am going to chuck that life flask in there. That is our Summon Raging Spirit leveled up, so that's going to do even more damage now. But yeah, you can like well, it's up to you. You can experiment with this build, you can experiment with your own build. It might work better, it might work worse. Probably worse due to the fact that Lifting knows what he's talking about and has put a lot more research into the build. But yeah, once you've got like one character, you can always make another with like all the fancy uniques and shit you're gonna find. So yeah, we've got some new dogs. When they die, they ignite the ground. Oh god, we've got more of these dudes. So as I said, I'm just gonna place a totem and then spam these. Enemies can get blocked. I will try and attack them. And we get a glove, we get a ring, we get a health ring. And that's all I want to ID, but again, that's like quite a lot of stuff we're going to spend on IDing. 9 life, mana, fire resistance. That's actually better. The one we've already got. It's fine though. That is like so much life. That is ridiculous, which I can't turn that down. The gloves are way better. Just automatically way better. And this ring is 7% increased elemental damage with weapons. Now, is that going to increase this? 31.8. Because if it does... No, it doesn't. It would if we were using auto attacks and we had like cold auto attacks or something. It'd increase that damage, but it doesn't increase our spells. So it isn't actually useful for us. We're still better off with the life. I was going to cast one of those to help it out. That can't fire through walls either as well. That's something else to kind of note. And with the totem. But as you can see, if you are playing along, you'll notice this fire totem is starting to do quite a bit of damage now when it hits stuff. And you'll randomly see these guys throughout the land.
You are welcome.
Basically, they will give you random quests to do. The quests vary, so you're better off just reading. There'll be sort of different types. This one is finding a spirit, which I think we've got to retrieve. But I will show you guys this. We're at 40 minutes, so. But yeah. These guys are very bloody tough. Holy crap. Flame Totem's getting leveled up, does more damage now. It's going to be very useful. We do have a yellow armor, which could be good as well. 7 max life, fire and lightning resistance. We're kind of running low on red sockets, so I'm actually going to keep that based on its sockets. With this being like sort of a challenge area, these lightning orb things are just going to be really annoying, but there's something we can't do anything about. Yeah, this area is slightly tougher than normal areas, but it's nothing that we should be afraid of. If we're careful, we'll be fine. And I can't do anything to these, so I just have to sort of like be a bit careful. We did just get a level as well, which... Right. I'm very quickly, don't copy this, but again, I can quickly put my point in there and more totem damage. I can just stand next to my totem, and if these enemies are fairly weak, it will just kill them all while I spam these head things. Like I said, it doesn't fire through walls, so our totem is not actually doing that much. Although it still managed to kill that in time. I'm going to chuck that kind of further back, and then hopefully it will just kill everything in this room that I'm about to enter. Although I do want one back here now, just to keep me safe. As you can tell, this area is like taking me a lot longer than its normal like areas do to get through. The red dot means that's a spirit, so I am going to slow down ever so slightly because I was running a little quick and ignoring some of the mobs, but yeah, we'll go a little slower again now. Especially, yeah, these guys, like for example, are blue and they deal cold damage, so they would be freezing me as well had I not got these super boots on. And we're out of mana, so I'll just chug a mana pot. With no reason to be out of mana. Medium mana flask. That's actually not better than anything we've got, and I don't even really need to identify that. So the boss thing is actually a totem, a teleporting totem it seems. So it's the totem wars. So I'm just gonna keep spamming my totem and my like head things, and there we go. So we've got a chain vest and we've got the spirit. Now the spirit is probably going to do things to troll me, so we're just going to get the hell out of here. I thought it wouldn't let me cast shit then, but maybe the area is troll enough that it doesn't do anything, and I'm just going to use my flask to run through all this really quickly. You can't teleport to town or stuff with this, you have to physically run the spirit back to the entrance. But upon doing it, there we go. The guy's like thankful, and he's level 2 now. Which we'll explain more about those as we go on, but just know that doing quests for them gives them XP and they level up also. That's all you have to kind of remember for now about those. Chuck a totem and then we'll just run around whilst my totem does shit. But yeah, if you're not enjoying this build at this point, you probably won't, because it is all about sort of totems. There is some other spells and your totems do get a lot better, and oh my god, there's a lot of enemies. Right, let's just pull these out slowly. All I have to do is just run forward, drop a totem, run back. You can spam some of these as well, I suppose, to help out. Now there is a boss up here, I believe. Yeah, there he is. And he has Rain of Arrows, he has that skill, which is again one of these where if you just keep moving you'll be absolutely fine. He dropped us a yellow wand. And that's another chrome, because it's the 3 links. What's this wand? Increased fire damage, which is probably better than this, I think. But are we running out of blue sockets? We are, but we don't need fireball. So this is where like the socket cores and stuff come into play, because I think that's going to be more damage. 40 DPS again. 49, alright, I was completely wrong. That's actually better. How is that better? 49? Yeah. Okay, well that's why you go with a tooltip. We can still have fireball then. Interesting. But anyway, we'll keep running through this area. Wool shoes, they're a chrome. 20-minute mark. However, I do want to kind of get to the end of the area. I'm not even going to be looking at white ones anymore. Maybe I should actually just pick shit up.
Too much clutter.
Can we juggle? Nope, there's not really much room either. And we're at the lower prison. The lower prison is actually like one of the maps where the first area, this first bit, is always the same. And then it gets to here and it's random. But the waypoint's always the same. So, yep, we've got a full inventory and we're back in town. And now we get our first support gem. I'll very quickly explain this because I'm going to take a break and I don't know when I'm going to do the next part. So with this is we get shit. Right, well I will use magma orb with it. But right, so magma orb at the minute does 46.4 DPS. If we do this, we give it a mana multiplier of 130%, which means it requires 30% more mana to cast, which you can verify with the mana cost, but it's going to do lightning damage. The way a support gem works, as you can see there, it's lightning support. A support gem only affects this. Like, none of my other skills get this added lightning damage, but magma orb does. So if we look now, magma orb has got a little L in the top right corner, which signifies the lightning damage, and that now does 58.1 DPS. I would put this with Flame Totem, however, we don't have a blue socket here, and I don't want to waste the currency to make this happen. But, like, if we did have a better wand, potentially.
Still alive, are we?
But yeah, whatever. We're just gonna deal with it. We'll suck it up for now. But we do eventually just want to like use a load of support gems with our totem to make it like incredible. I'm not even gonna ID that. I will ID. Oops. I will ID that. However, 8 life, 5 resistance. It's like not as good. And that's the wrong colour. And that's another chrome. Alright, well we'll just have to do these in 2 parts then because the game didn't want to stack them properly. There we go, and just chuck all our currency in here. But yeah, when you meet these guys, I will now speak to him because once you've done like one quest for him, he appears in town. Obviously I'd already spoke to him on another character. But he sells unidentified weapons. Sometimes they can be yellow, but obviously they do cost more if they're yellow. But generally they're sort of like warrior items for this particular guy. This has sort of like staffs, almost scepters. But he's like only level 1, this guy's level 2. Just something I guess that I wanted to point out. So anyway guys, join me next time when we missed a waypoint in a climb. That's what this big circles in the middle mean. We've got the waypoint, but it seems we missed it in the climb. But whatever, we'll go back and get that someday. So yeah guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series. Hope you're playing along. Let me know, how's your character going? Are you playing along? Path of Exile is a free-to-play game, so yeah, definitely hope you are, and hope you're having fun with it. Thanks for watching, see you next time.